Hey, we wanted to give everyone an update on where we are so far. Obviously, the fundraise has gone incredibly well. We've raised $35.7 million.
75 something thousand people donated. So an amazing amount of you have donated to this. And so we just wanted to show you and tell you where and how your money is all being spent.
So with us today, we have Susie from Flexport.org, and we have Catherine from Airbnb.org. These are the folks that are on the ground leading the initiative and have put the capital that you've donated to work. So we wanted to get a direct update from them as to where the capital has gone and the impact that we've had thus far. So with that, why don't I kick it over to Susie? And Susie, can you tell us some of the things that Flexport has been doing and some of the impact that we've made?
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to thank you all for contributing to this amazing campaign. As you know, Flexport.org takes care of the logistics of relief supplies. That means we help incredible nonprofit organizations to bring medical supplies, food, whatever it's needed for the people in Ukraine, but also the refugees to the locations. We have shipped 33 shipments so far.
33 737s filled with humanitarian aid.
So it's not all planes, because some of the relief supplies are being repositioned within Europe. Mm-hmm. We also brought supplies directly from Asian manufacturers to Eastern Europe, but we also send planes from the US to Eastern Europe. And sometimes we also help companies to reposition cargo. So if there's a medical supplier who wants to provide some goods, we bring it to a warehouse of a nonprofit where they consolidate. So they make sure that the right supplies are being delivered. Mm-hmm. When we talk about medical supplies, it matters that you bring the right size of a syringe, right? Or kind of the right medication that is needed right now. So for us, it's really important to work with all the organizations on the ground to make sure that we only deliver those items that are needed right now, and also to the right location, right? So we delivered to Moldova. We know that Moldova accepted the highest amount of refugees per capita. So we delivered cargo that is worth $7 million to Moldova alone to help all the refugees there. We delivered to Romania, Poland, but also into Ukraine directly.
Can you tell us some of the nonprofits that are actually receiving the materials that we're shipping over?
Absolutely. So in total, we worked with 15 incredible, really established humanitarian aid organizations, and those include Unicef, Save the Children, International Medical Corps, Project Cure. They focus on medical supplies. So, all around great organizations, but also organizations in Ukraine that have just like a really long history working in the region. So those are some of our partners. And in total, so we asked those organizations how many people they're reaching right now. And they reported that it's 1.2 million people that are being reached by the shipments managed by Flexport. And this number will only continue to increase.
Amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Catherine, can you tell us, give us an update on Airbnb.org?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, also, thanks. I can't believe it's 75,000 supporters on this GoFundMe campaign. It's incredible. So collectively, all your donations can provide 2-week stays to 35,000 refugees in places, comfortable places where they can rest, catch their breath, figure out next steps. And to date, we've booked 5,000 guests and stays across Hungary, Germany, Poland, Romania, Italy, France, and more.
When you say 5,000, is that 5,000 individuals, or is that like
individuals so far? And we're creating partnerships with dozens of nonprofits that are just ramping up. So we do anticipate this kind of ramping up and increasing soon.
I read that there were 29,000 people that signed up to be hosts. And so, are some of those folks that are signing up to be hosts, they're just allowing people to stay in their places for free, yeah?
Yeah, some of them, which is incredible. And then some of them can't. Some of them, they depend on it for their livelihoods. And that's where these donor dollars go in to help fund the cost of stays with those hosts and with elsewhere. Because Airbnb, the company, is actually covering Airbnb.org's operational costs. So all of the donor dollars can go directly to fund the cost of these stays.
Catherine, there's a bunch of partners that are also working with Airbnb. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. The way we connect to refugees is primarily through nonprofits, ranging from international nonprofits like the UN agency IOM to government partners like the German Federal Ministry of Interior and Homeland, to smaller, kind of newer organizations like Nova Ukraine. And a particular focus for us is to make sure we're working with partners who are fighting the racism that have been seen by Black and Brown people as they've left the country. So we're working with the Global Empowerment Mission to serve Black students and refugees who are looking for short-term housing in Hungary as well.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. And what are some of the regions that people are staying in?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are concentrated in the border countries right now: Hungary, Romania, Poland. And then we're also more seeing a bunch appear and kind of arrive in Germany. And then we expect over time more people to move westward into more of the Western European, Italy, France, Spain, et cetera. So we're going to see a migration over time.
I mean, I feel like this is still in the process, and I don't feel like this is by any means coming towards an end. So I do want to say, keep donating, keep assisting, keep helping. We do want to ensure everybody that every dollar is going where it's needed. It's being overseen by Flexport, by Airbnb, to make sure that no one's taking advantage of a single cent.
And if I can maybe at one point, like I'm sitting here right now, but there's just like a incredible Flexport team, but also just like the nonprofits on the ground, the truckers, driving the trucks into Ukraine. There are just like so many parties involved that are all empowered by those donations. But I just want to make sure that we don't forget the people, doing the work day in and day out on the ground, helping those folks.
When we all come together, we can make serious impact. And everyone who's involved in this campaign, from the people on the ground doing the scariest work in the world right now, to the people that have donated, we can come together and we can overcome virtually anything. So thank you all.
Thank you.